And with a little over 1 week to go for the referendum on independence, tempers are rising in the Spanish nation of Catalonia over the central government's crackdown. Madrid sent the civil guard into the streets of the Catalan capital Barcelona to ensure the referendum does not happen. They also arrested 14 key political figures spearheading the vote and seized the government buildings. The Constitutional Court has suspended a law passed by the Catalan Parliament on independence, seized control of the region's finances. They also take to custody of 10 million ballots and warned 700 mayors in the region that they may face prosecution if they continue to support the referendum.
Insisto, no sigan adelante. No tienen ninguna legitimidad para ello. Regresen a la ley y a la democracia. Permitan que la gente pueda pasar página de estos días tan aciagos. No les creen más problemas de los que les han creado ya. Dejen que los catalanes puedan hacer su vida en paz.
But the Catalans are definitely unwilling to relent. Their leader is none other than the president of Catalonia.
El dia 1 d'octubre es farà el referèndum d'autodeterminació que tenim convocat. Es farà perquè tenim previstos plans de contingència per garantir-lo, però sobretot es farà perquè té el suport de la immensa majoria de la població que està farta de la prepotència i dels abusos del govern del Partit Popular. Ja no és una qüestió de decidir un vincle polític amb l'estat espanyol, sinó de si volem viure en un règim plenament democràtic que respecti les llibertats.
Catalonia is a Spanish region, but it has its own language and culture, a recorded history of 1,000 years as a distinct region. But all that was crushed during the years when Spain was ruled by the fascist regime of General Francisco Franco. After his death, those sentiments slowly revived as Spain democratized. Catalans are especially bitter that their cherished autonomy has been steadily eroded over the years by Madrid.
La noche aquí en protesta porque se están vulnerando nuestros derechos humanos básicos y eso, y en protesta de las 16 personas que han detenido la Guardia Civil, y ahora de hecho nos vamos a ir a la Ciudad de la Justicia a protestar más aún, y vamos a seguir hasta que haga falta.
Estamos solicitando la liberación de los 7 detenidos que todavía están. Y sí, hemos pasado aquí la noche y haremos lo que sea necesario. Estaremos aquí acampados hasta que los liberen.
But it is not that the independence sentiment is in the majority. A poll, in fact, conducted by the Catalan administration in July suggested that 49% Catalonians were against independence, while 41% were in favor. But Madrid's heavy-handed tactics could be pushing that 49% people towards exercising the independence option. Catalonian one is not the only referendum which is creating havoc among Western countries. Pressure is mounting in West Asia on the Kurds of northern Iraq to cancel or to put off Sunday's referendum on independence. In a region where people rarely agree on anything, neighbors and allies of the Kurds are warning that the referendum will unleash ethnic violence, tear Iraq apart and fracture the US-led coalition fighting against the Islamic State. The White House has described the vote as provocative and destabilizing. Turkey is holding military exercises on the border involving tanks and artillery. It is a thinly veiled warning to the Kurds not to go ahead with the vote. Iran says it will block its border with the region if the vote goes ahead. Both Turkey and Iran have substantial Kurdish minorities. Iraq is concerned it will lose a third of its territory. The larger fear in this case is it could trigger another civil war.
Amerika'da Sayın İbadi ile bir görüşmemiz ayrıca olacak. Ama gördüğümüz kadarıyla aynı istikamete bakıyoruz. O istikamet nedir? Irak'ın bölünmez bütünlüğüdür. Şu anda Kuzey Irak yerel yönetimi Irak'ın bölünmesine yönelik bir adım atıyor.
The mood among the Kurds in Turkey, however, is positive.
25 Eylül'de Güney Kürdistan'a geçip oyumu kullanacağım. Ve bu oy benim açımda tarihin en büyük özverisidir. Bundan dolayı ben yani kelimelerle ifade edilecek duygu değil. Bu duygu her insanın tatması gerekir.
İki devlet, komşu devlet olacak sonuçta. Yani eskiden olan ilişkiler nasılsa daha da iyi ilişkiler de kurabilirler. Yani bence böyle olumsuz yönden bakmamalar lazım yani. Yani onlar da saygı duymaları lazım oradaki halkın kararına.
There are Kurds within northern Iraq who, while in favor of independence, are opposed to the men who could benefit from the vote. Masoud Barzani. His political rivals say that Barzani runs a corrupt and dysfunctional government, that there is no democracy in the Kurdish territory, and Barzani is using the referendum to divert attention from growing economic problems. Reports say that Barzani's advisors are still talking to the US and Baghdad, which has given the impression that the referendum may not go ahead if the Kurds receive ironclad guarantees on a future roadmap of independence.